This is Canada. Welcome to Canada. The last 4 days we had more snow than we had in all of 2024. Welcome back, everyone. First and foremost, happy Family Day. I hope you're getting the time to spend with your loved ones, as we should be all the time. Let today be another day to remember that we always need to make sure we appreciate the time that we have to get to spend with all our beloved ones. Hope that you were able to get some time in to share the love with everyone. Today is another extremely cold day, minus 25. It is extremely windy. Watch as the garage is open. You still get some blow-by snow. I mean, okay, I'll be honest, I didn't actually clear this area because it was just way too cold. But look at the height of that. It is literally the height of that 3J. Well, the front end of that 3J. So to get a better angle, look at it from down here. The other side's a little bit more, but yeah. I guess, of course, I will, clear this before taking the truck out. But yeah, the snow is, as you can tell, piled up. As we think it's gonna stop, another 71 millimeters, so another 7 centimeters. And it's extremely windy, but that's all right. Today is still all right to take the M3. The question of the day: would you move to Canada if you would have to deal with all this? I know a lot of people that do actually move down here really underestimate winter, especially I know most parts people know what they're going to expect going to places like Alberta and Saskatchewan and stuff, but I think a lot of people underestimate what it's like here in Toronto. But I'm gonna jump in the car quickly because I know it is windy. I'll start this thing up, and yeah. But yeah, if you're planning on moving to anywhere in Canada, I would say just make sure you do account for the fact that the winters are actually a lot more brutal than you would actually think. That's just a car thinking that the sensors become covered in snow as well. But yeah, it's not all as nice as everyone makes it seem. The 7 months it's beautiful weather, yes, 100%. But the 5 months, if you're up for like some snow activities, you like kind of some of that skiing, snowboarding, tubing, and all those type of things, or like the snowmobile ATVs, all that's fun. But the cold is not something I think anyone would say is something that's enjoyable. Because the other thing too is we have a lot more extreme cold because of the lake effect, versus I know the temperatures are a lot lower in like places like Alberta and Saskatchewan and stuff, but the lake effect here makes it even worse. So that wind breeze with the negative temps just makes it that much worse. Actually, when I went out to Alberta, I found that like the temperatures in Alberta, even being on the colder side, the times when we were there, when it was a bit colder, didn't feel as cold. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. But I'm gonna hit the road. Oh no! Just leaving the driveway, and I guess when the plow came by. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me. I'll get it out. But yeah, another 10 centimeters. But that feeling when. Well, was this because the plow, or was this because of blowing snow? Oh man. That didn't take long, but we'll get through this. That's what I just want to show you guys. Yes, it's a rear-wheel drive car, but we are going to be fine. Alright, so let's get this thing out. All we really have to do is turn DC off. Just turn it off. Whew. It's cold. Okay, so we do turn traction off, DSC off. So now the car is gonna One sec here. It's just the sensors going off. I think we actually might be stuck. Hold on. All right, no, we're getting this thing out. Yeah, that was just too much snow. I think I might have made it worse. Okay, maybe that didn't help as much, but I am not gonna give up on this. Okay, this is a little embarrassing because I didn't think I would get stuck, but clearly I got stuck. But we're making progress. Leaving. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, from far back there, it did not seem this high. It did not seem this high whatsoever. But we're gonna get this thing out. It's just more funny because when I was actually pulling up to it, I thought it was just a little bit of blowing snow from the distance, and it did not look like this much snow. That's probably when all-wheel drive would have won, and it doesn't actually help that it's slippery there. But yeah, let's see. Let me work on getting this out. Okay. Can you just help? Sorry, you might have to hold this. Oh, it is freezing. All right. The problem is you can't even really rock the car either. Pleasant ways to get stuck. We're gonna get out. See? So my wife's just behind the camera laughing because she's like, what did I sign up for with this? But might have to bring the shovel. I'm trying to avoid bringing the shovel. So now let's try turning DC us back on to MDN. Maybe a little bit of rocking might help. And see, a bit of rocking. Just trying to avoid using a shovel because it is -20 and it's freezing. Ooh, almost. We just need to build some speed to this. Almost. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to traction off. Spinning freely on the ice. Yes, we are free. Woo! Come on. Thank you, M3, for not letting me down. Okay, so I'm just gonna pass it to you again. Now, the ultimate thing is if the M3 can make it uphill, right? The winters are great, the tires are great, but the reality of it is just there's too much snow, and these tires, you know, even on ice, like they're good, but I mean it wasn't the problem wasn't the ice. The problem was that just there was too much snow stuck under the car, and it was just holding the car back. And so, like, without obviously putting too much pressure on the car, I was even trying to get it out. But if you look here, look uphill, I'm sure you can probably tell that it is icy. Do not try this at home. I am not encouraging anyone to ever try this uphill. But let's see. See, it's gonna slip a bit. It's gonna go a bit sideways. That's fine, right? So the I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just because of the incline. So I do not ever recommend anyone to try this or do this, because uphill you will get some slide action, of course, with the rear wheel drive car. So just trying to safely get up the hill and just show you guys the crazy conditions that we've been having here in the last couple of days. And the crazy part is it doesn't stop here. That we still are expecting another 10 centimeters of snow, and it begs to ask the same question over and over again. I mean, in the summer we forget what we really deal with in winter, because who really has anything to complain about when it's plus 30 Celsius degrees. Yeah, you can clearly tell that this was intense snowfalls. Look at the height of just the snow there. Like, is this really where you want to live? But yeah, so thank you M3 for holding through and not make me look bad in front of all you guys. But for a second there, I really thought I was gonna have to go get the shovel and start trying to shovel in some few things to try to get the M3 out. But that wouldn't have been the best time, because it, aside from cold, it's just way too windy, and you can see all the blowing snow. Like, you can't really see much right here right now, but it's not pleasant, right? It's not pleasant whatsoever. And but I mean, look, it looks beautiful. The snow looks beautiful. It all looks nice, but at the end of the day, like, when people in Florida, people that I know that actually haven't been out here to Canada, they're like, oh wow, the snow looks so cool. Or some friends in California and stuff. And I'm like, look, it is beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. It's not so beautiful to deal with when you live here your whole life. In the beginning it's all fun when you're growing up as kids, because you throw your snow pants on, your snow jackets and whatnot, and go and play in the snow, and all these snow school trips and stuff. But as you grow older, with obviously more added responsibilities, not to say I'm complaining whatsoever for having responsibilities, but as you grow older and responsibilities come along, you start to kind of see and think, for how much we pay to live out here in Canada, for how much we're paying for every single thing that we have here, day-to-day life, just regardless it's necessity or luxury-based perspective. The point is are we really able to enjoy the things out here as much as you would, say, all year round, living in areas with better weather? What's your opinion? Let me know. Like, do you think Canada is the move, despite the weather, to be here for the next how many years, right? Or is there somewhere that you rather live? If you live in Canada, you're a Canadian right now watching this, what's your intake? I want to know. I want to know what's your opinion. Comment and let me know. And what's our as I was asking in the other video, as other fellow Canadians that are dealing with this brutal winter. And I know more than ever now, this last week, everyone is very kind of fed up with just how kind of the weather has been treating everyone, and it's Mother Nature. It's no one's control, but we can definitely rant about it. And I guess that's just what I'm doing here, is just continuously ranting about the weather. And I don't mean to sound like a complainer, just trying to have a discussion with everyone. I think majority of the M3 content has all been just in the snow, and hopefully we'll be out of this soon, and we can get some more content going with the other cars. But yeah, in the meantime, like I always say, we're just trying to make the most out of these winter months. So for anyone that's actually been watching some of my other videos as well, if you've seen, I was talking about the comparables, like between the Revolto versus the SF90, and why like the SF90 is a good price point right now, something to get. Just regarding that, we're dealing with all this Canadian weather for a second. August Motor Cars, great dealership. I just seen that they posted up a Revolto. It might even be the X. I've seen some of the comments people were talking about. It might be the DD vehicle, that purple one. Despite the kilometers, 5,100 kilometers, I still think if somebody wants to, from a retail perspective, get into a Revolto, The kilometers really don't mean much. I know people have been saying that car was problematic. I mean, you know, you're gonna get some issues with these HPEV cars, but for the price point, $849 listed retail, versus some of the other stuff on the market, I think that's a great deal. Like, it's a beautiful build. Yes, despite the, you know, the kilometers on it, I think that's a great buy for someone who may be looking to get into a Revolto right now. Check it out if you haven't. I just seen it go up right now. And that's just merely to do with the fact of if you were looking for a, you know, Revolto, you know, then it's not a bad car to look at. Would I look at a Revolto myself? No, I would not. If I had to decide between the two, I would definitely go for the SF90 right now because of the price point that they're at. But if you are specifically looking at a Revolto, check it out. I think it's, you know, it's a great deal. That car, what's the build on it? I'm just going based on literally like sight and looking at it for a minute. You know, the car's got to be at least maybe a 900 MSRP with luxury tax, probably about $1 million plus. Or I don't know if they've ever spoke about if it was DD's car, what they paid for it. So, you know, save yourself some money and get yourself into a good example of a Revolto, despite the mileage. Also, side note, funny enough, I haven't grown my beard in a really long time. My close friend, but also my barber Camilo, actually watching the videos, called me. He goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh well, I've just been kind of you know, just kind of letting it grow out." And he's like, "You got to come see me," because usually I'd go every week. I get a fade done. I actually have gone 6 weeks and I haven't shaved whatsoever, so my hair has kind of grown. Not mostly something I'm used to seeing as well, with more of a I guess thicker kind of beard. So I'm gonna go see Camilo, and I'm gonna introduce you all to Camilo, who again is a close friend of mine as well. But he's, you know, he's doing well for himself as well. And I hope to bring some more, you know, just friends and from the circle, and introducing you all to some of our close friends. And just if you guys want to see me highlight kind of their story and how they got started in their businesses and how they were able to get to the point that they were getting to or have gotten to, or, you know, is this things that you guys want to see, let me know as well. All your comments do help, and all it's going to do is help further to grow this channel, help further for me to improve, because again, I am new to YouTube. This is a completely new platform for me, and I always focused on short form content, but I really think I enjoy doing the long form content better, because I love just having a discussion with everyone. But it's a little bit harder, of course, because you know, from my screen to yours, you know, we gotta back and forth a bit. So I think in the comment section, if you let me know what you guys want to talk about, what you guys want me to talk about, what you guys want me to showcase and show everyone, let me know, and let's continue to grow this channel together. But I will turn the camera and show everyone kind of the crazy snow conditions right now. A little fun street, a little windy-ish, but I mean, we can't really too much because there's a car coming there, because we're going uphill a bit. But the DSC is still kind of on in mid-range, so MDM is on. But here, you can get a little sideways, even with MDM on. Performs amazing. Look at this. Just winter exercises. Even with a little bit of swing, it's right back in place where it should be. And it's kind of a weird relationship with this car, because when I first got it, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and you know, didn't really know much about M3s. The car is actually a very good car, and at the end of the day, look, it's the only car I actually care to drive. Like, I could be driving the Cullinan as well. Like, my Cullinan's parked there anyways, and I can be driving the Cullinan around as well all winter. And I actually did last year. I drove the Cullinan around, and I didn't drive the M3. I had the M3 parked, and I had the M3 parked because I didn't have the winters on it, and you know, the Michelin X-Size tires made a huge difference. Not even huge. It was like a Earth to Moon kind of difference, and just how much the tires changed the whole experience of having this car in the winter. That's why the Cullinan I didn't care to drive. I not parked it up, but I'm just not driving it in the winter right now, because this car is just too much fun, right? It just just love this thing. And I think I will look at, even in the future, adding, you know, maybe like a CS car as well. You know, I will start exploring BMW more. Regardless, any brand, I won't really pay too much attention to any of the kind of electric models and stuff. Fun fact, I used to really like the i8s. I thought they were pretty cool cars. You don't really see them much around anymore, but I think there was that kind of phase with the i8s where I thought they looked pretty cool. But this is literally Canada for you. So if you live in a province, well, not province, sorry, we're in Canada, so all provinces get snow, but if you live in a state in the US that you don't see snow, and you wonder why so many Canadians snowbird and why they get out of, you know, why they do get out of Canada and, you know, come down to the more, obviously, US states with better weather and stuff, this is the reason why. Because nobody can blame them. I wouldn't like, if I have the chance and time to as well, I want to snowbird as well, and I want to get away from the winter months. Growing up, you don't really pay too much attention to it, but as you are getting older, you start realizing that this is what you want to do. That you want to. I think, you know, I'm 34 years old. I think I've had enough of snow, just like a lot of the other people, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just if you have the ability to, you know, pretty much snowbird or get away from the snow, why not? Like, you know, a lot of people do travel during the winter months and get away and get all their traveling and vacations in during the winter months, which is golden, right? Of course, that's the best. But I had a busy last couple of years, and now finally things are a little more calmer, and now I'm actually kind of thinking and I'm saying, okay, now I'm kind of processing that, look, this is what we live through with winter, and I don't want to do this every winter for the rest of my life. And I really want to, maybe this is why, the reason why I'm ranting so much is about the winter, but I never have my whole life, because I'm myself a winter baby. I'm born in the winter. So it's not that I can't handle the winter. It's just sometimes it's good to kind of know, you know, if you have other things you can do during the winter months. But I really believe that this is now the point in my life where I want to actually get a vacation house somewhere in the States. And I've always looked at Texas. I've thought about Texas, Arizona, but I'm leaning more towards Texas, and getting a, you know, just a place out there where you can snowbird and you can have a whole, you know, US setup. And I actually think that before I get into more of the heavier cars, because I do want more cars, I want to build more cars, but the cost of, like, just here, our insurance rates are crazy. You're very limited to where you can go for the higher end car market, but the amount of tax that we're paying on these cars, a lot of stuff. So I guess growing up, I wasn't as, not to say I wasn't as smart, because thankfully I got to the point where I got to, but I've done a lot of impulse moves and a lot of impulse decisions. And I think as I'm getting older, I'm starting to kind of realize that a lot of things, if you just take the extra few steps and kind of think it through first, before you take that next step into getting into the bigger things, you know, you got to, when every dollar counts in a sense. So, you know, over time you start to appreciate and realize and respect money for what it is. It doesn't matter if you got $1, if you got hundreds of millions. You know, value money, respect money. And I think now, given all of that, I'm starting to kind of learn that I need to be a little bit more kind of smarter with how I kind of set up everything. And that's why I think that it's very important that if I get into bigger cars, like when you're going, you know, multi-million-dollar cars, if you're out here, especially if you're going to buy something new, we have a 10% luxury tax. Then we have obviously our HST, but then we also have, so we don't have it here in Ontario, so we got 10% plus 23%, but people out in BC side have a federal and provincial luxury tax. You're paying 33% on top. Like, you know, as an example, a $3 million car, you're paying $1 million on top in taxes in BC. Down here, for a new car here, if a $3 million car, you're going to pay, you know, 23%, but that's still a lot of money. On a $3 million car, you're going to pay, but then also the insurance rates are crazy. But, like, you know, I want to kind of share with everyone where my mind's at with everything. And, you know, like, I want to achieve a lot more, just like everyone else is watching these videos. Everyone has kind of a level that they want to get to, and I'm with everyone. We're all in this together. It's not about greed, but it's also just about, you know, just self-accomplishment of saying, hey, look, like I've done the work, I'm continuing to work. So just, you know, there may be somebody that's watching this that's trying to get to, you know, their first car, somebody who's trying to get their first exotic car, or, you know, they're just getting their driver's license or first car, or you know, everyone has different kind of goals and different kind of times in their life. You know, there was a time where I wanted a G35 coupe, that's all I ever wanted, and then there was a time where I wanted a Nissan GTR, then there was a time I wanted these exotics, and I got into the exotics. And I think now is the time where, you know, I will get into the bigger hypers. I will get into the bigger hypers, but I'm going to play everything kind of the right way. And I think this is why I really want to kind of set up things in the right way, where I want to set up a US, you know, operation, and even our business. And I want to start building out there as well. And then I think the right move is going to be to eventually, because these are all international market cars, but everything runs by US dollar. For example, when it comes to buying and selling, like for us here, when you're buying something like that, we're just getting rocked on when it comes down to purchasing. Like if I were to go right now, the dollar or Canadian dollar is so bad that literally, like, what, I'm paying an extra 15 points, I think it is, or 12 points, let's say, from like a year and a half back on same thing, and on a, you know, a 3 mil car back, let's say, a year and a half back. And, you know, you're getting another couple $100,000 right there. So the point is all I'm trying to say here is comes back down to, this is Canada. Is this really where you want to scale larger in whatever business, or, you know, whether it's personal life or whatever the case may be? You know, everyone has their own thoughts and opinions to everything, and this is just my thoughts and opinions. And I really think that it is a lot harder in Canada to really, and I see like some of the comments, and you know, just how everyone is talking about how things are getting a lot harder in Canada, and it doesn't matter, you know, big or small, everyone's dealing with it. But at the end of the day, we all kind of get through it, right, one way or another. So don't ever look at, you know, whether it's me or someone else and, oh, this person has this or that. Everyone has a level that they've gotten to, or they want to get to, and I'm with everyone here. Like, you know, let's all achieve pretty much the goals that we set out to achieve. Let's get to the point where we want to get to, but follow, obviously, the right steps, and don't rush into it. In time, same thing I say over and over again, in time, everything will work out. Everything you set out to do, you know, you can prosper, and you can achieve your goals. Goals, keyword, not dreams. Don't dream about it. Set your goals and achieve them. Very straightforward. And it's okay if things don't go the way that you want them to. If they don't go at this certain time, they will, you know, down the line. At some point, you will achieve what you set out to do. And it's just a given that things do take time. So just, you know, hang in, everyone. You know, I love, like, seeing all the comments and everyone just engaging. So, you know, just continue doing so. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Something about the M3 in snow, just a different feeling. At least the front camera is actually pretty clear. The rear one has to be cleaned up. Do a 3D view. Look at this. That's just like acting up right there, because 100% there's snow, like not snow, but like ice buildup on the sensors. So bear with me. The beeping should go away soon. See, there, clear. All right, M3, where are we going? But yeah, so far holding up. 3D camera's actually pretty cool on them. I know some people actually rely on these sensors quite a bit, but maybe on a day like today, it does come handy. It just gets annoying. I know I can just turn off the sensor warning, so that kind of stops, but yeah, it does get a little annoying. Yeah, I definitely got to turn this off, because this thing is way too annoying. There you go. All right, back to being able to actually not be annoyed by a parking sensor. But yeah, it acts up a lot now in the winter, just like every car. I swear I shut it off. It kicked in. Well, I think it automatically kicks back on every time. Okay, so thank you as always, everyone. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you do subscribe, comment, like. Today's video is a lot shorter because it is family day and it is time to make sure I spend the most time with family as possible, as I always do. I believe family day is every day, but today just let it be a reminder to everyone that above all, family is the most important thing. So make sure, if you haven't, it doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, whenever you do get a chance, make sure you do something generous for one of your loved ones. Just be the best you can at being a human being. And regardless, family, friends, just make sure you look out for one another and take care of one another. And I'd say that's probably the most important thing over everything else. Make sure that you are the best version of yourself, and always remember to give before taking. And what I mean by that is look out for others. I'd say it's more important than ever to make sure you look out for for those that are around you. So make sure just to ask the people that are around you, make check in on them, make sure are they okay. As time passes, you will realize we kind of overlook it and we don't really think it's as important growing up, but as you grow older, you will realize that it is important to make sure that you do touch base with people that you love, your family and friends, and just be there for them. And that's the main thing. Sorry about the parking sensor, but just make sure you just be you. That's all. Until next video, thank you.